Okay, I have something super exciting to tell you. I got placed at Psychromoft for 40 lakhs per annum. That means I'm going to get 3.3 lakh per month in my bank account. Can you believe it? Oh my god, congratulations! So that means that your fixed component is 40 lakhs.
Fixed component.
1 second, let me check. Fixed component is 12 lakhs. Listen, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that means that you will get probably a little less than a lakh per month. Oh my god. Did I just get scammed? No, stupid. Do you not know how to read your offer letter? I mean, what's there to read? Terms and conditions always apply. You just sign and give. Rama, that's why Richa has to come up with such videos for you. Now watch. Hi everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Groww+. But before we get started with today's topic, let me take you through another scenario. Rohan is a recent college graduate and he got placed at a multinational corporation for the role of a marketing executive. Upon joining the company, he was obliged to work as a sales manager. That role was indeed a nightmare for Rohan. However, Rohan had a side business going on and he had decided that when his business reaches a particular level of success, he will quit his job. After 4 months, he decided it was time for him to quit his job and solely focus on his side business. When he approached his boss to find out about the resignation process, he was stumped. He was told that he cannot leave the company before 1 year, and if he decides to do so, he will have to pay a compensation to the company. Now, this is a completely hypothetical scenario, but there are several Rohans in our network who go through a similar situation. Can you guess what the reason is? They do not read their offer letter well. And what's the point if we don't come up with a solution for that? So, we are back with another informative video where we will teach you how to read your offer letter and what are the 7 most important things you must look for in your offer letter before accepting any job. So, without further ado, let's get started with this video. The first and foremost thing to look for in your offer letter, and which is stated in big and bold letters, is your job title and description. Whenever you apply for any job, your job description and your job title are clearly stated. And trust me, nobody wants to work for a job which is not mentioned in their job description. So, it is extremely crucial for you to understand what your job title is, what department you will be working for, what your responsibilities are, so that if your boss asks you to do tasks that are outside of your duties, you will have a written job description to show upper management. Beyond that, certain job duties might be classified as job duty A, job duty B, job duty C, and others. Please pay attention to this last word, which is others. If you see something like this in your offer letter, seek more clarification. Candidates often hesitate to inquire about such things, but it is your right to know what is expected of you. Terms like this are very ambiguous and you will not understand what you have to do when it comes to your other tasks. So, contact your hiring manager or your point of contact and understand exactly what is expected of you. I'm not going to say that you will not be assigned tasks that are outside of your job description. You will be assigned tasks, but you will at least have clarity on the majority of tasks that will be assigned to you, and that is extremely important. The second and kind of the most important component is your salary and other benefits. Whenever you get an offer letter or a job application, there is a section which says your CTC or cost to company. People often confuse that is the amount they are going to get at the end of the month in their bank account. Well, that is hardly the case. CTC is the total amount or total expenditure done by a company on its employees throughout the year. CTC itself has various components. If we talk about all the components in detail, that will require another video. So let us know if you want to see another video on the breakup of your CTC. But in this video, we will talk about some of the important components in a nutshell so that you can read your offer letter better. The first component is your basic salary. This is the amount that you get for your work. It does not include any benefits like your bonuses, insurance, etc. The second component is your HRA or the house rent allowance. This is the amount that is paid to an employee by an employer for their accommodation expenses. Number 3 is your other allowances. Now, beyond your HRA, there are certain other allowances which are monetary benefits that are given to employees for certain other expenditure. That includes hostel allowance, your leave travel allowance, better known as the LTA, etc. Number 4 is bonuses. These are also monetary benefits that are given to employees. For example, there is your joining bonus that is given to an employee on joining a new company. Then there is your performance-based bonus that is given to an employee based on certain performance-based criteria or certain milestones that are achieved by the employee. And there are several other bonuses like that. The fifth component is your provident fund. Now, your provident fund is a social security scheme to which both the employee and the employer contribute a certain amount on a monthly basis. This amount is received by the employee at their retirement time. The sixth component is your insurance. Several companies offer life insurance and health insurance to their employees. The premium of that insurance is paid through your CTC and also is included as a part of your CTC. The seventh component is going to be your gross salary. Your gross salary is the total amount that you get after subtracting your provident fund and gratuity from your CTC. You can also calculate it by taking a sum of your basic salary, your allowances, and all of those other things. And finally, the eighth component is your net salary. It is also better known as your in-hand salary, and that is the amount that you get after subtracting your income tax and professional tax from your gross salary. So, these are the 8 components that you must look for clearly in your offer letter, and in case you have any doubts, contact your hiring manager or any point of contact to get more clarity on the different components. Now, after the wrap that I did of all the components, let's move on to point number 3. Point number 3 is important dates. Whenever you get an offer letter, there are various dates mentioned. Some of the important ones are your joining date, your performance evaluation dates, etc. As we discussed in point number 2, employees get various benefits like insurance, bonus, etc. However, some of the employers impose a waiting period before which their employees can qualify for those benefits. So, understand with your hiring manager or point of contact whether a waiting period is going to be imposed for you as well. Apart from this, there is a period known as the probation period, during which a company can fire you without any reason. So go through these important dates and periods and understand what the duration of your probation period is and all of these components, because they will serve you a long way. And second, tell me honestly, you know that feeling, no? When the weekend is almost there, you could like feel it there. You have like these symptoms where you can't work. It's like, oh my god, it's a Friday. Or like your annual holiday falls on a Friday and you have a long weekend. Oof, bliss, I tell you. Sorry, I was getting a little distracted, but that's exactly what my point 4 is. It is holidays and leaves. Whenever you get your offer letter, understand what your working hours are. How many days off are you going to get in a week? Is it going to be a 5 days work week? Because most companies follow that. Or is it going to be a 6 days work week or a 4 days work week? It is extremely important you pay close attention to that. Apart from that, understand how many paid leaves you have, how many annual holidays you have, etc. Point number 5 is at-will employment. At-will employment means that a company can terminate you at any point without any reason. Similarly, you can quit the job at any point without paying any penalty to the company. So, understand from your offer letter whether your employment is an at-will employment or not. In case it is not, then what are the terms and conditions on which basis you will be terminated? Or what are the legal consequences in case you decide to quit? Apart from that, let's understand an important period known as the notice period. This is the time between the time that you inform a company of your resignation and the effective date of resignation, or the company informing you of a termination and the effective date of termination. Therefore, understand the terms and conditions associated with termination as well as resignation. Now, let's move on to the next point. Point number 6. Point number 6 is joining documents. When you're reading the offer letter, make note of all the documents that you require while joining the company. Now I know what you're thinking, no? That I opened that file, Richa, 2 years back. It'll have all the documents. I don't need to again make sure it's there one day before I'll see. No. Make sure you have all your documents in one place before the joining date so that when you're joining the company, you do not face any issues, and I wouldn't want that for you. So please make sure you have all the joining documents. Let's discuss the last point. Point number 7. Job location and work from home policies. Last but not the least, make sure you know your job location. I'm sure you make sure of that. I know you must be saying, Richa, you're so dumb. Obviously, I know where my job location is. But apart from that, make sure you know your terms of transfer. Because if you do not pay attention to this part, you will face issues in the future. Let me give you an example. Suppose you have joined a consultancy firm as a consultant and your job requires you to travel to the client site every month. Now, for some reason, say you're not comfortable with traveling every month, then this can cause issues for not just you, but also for your family. So make sure you understand your terms of transfer extremely well. Along with that, also find out if the company has facility for work from home or not. And thus, we discussed the 7 most important things that you must look for in your offer letter before signing it. So next time you get your offer letter, don't just blindly sign it and then go celebrating. You do not want to end up in a situation like Rohan, where he had to pay a penalty to quit his job. Apart from that, if you find any red flags related to any of the points we discussed in your offer letter, then that doesn't mean you go ahead and reject the job, saying, hey, Richa only told me if this is there, it means so you reject. I didn't say reject, you investigate. Find out what you haven't been able to understand, because there can be a gap in understanding between what I understood and what the employer is trying to convey to you. So make sure you investigate, gain as much clarity, and then you take a decision. Apart from that, let us know your experiences related to an offer letter, maybe something you missed, or maybe something additional that you would like to add. We are open to your recommendations and your suggestions. So use the comment section to your will and fancy. Apart from that, let us know your feedback about this video, about this channel, what topics you would like to see videos on, etc. in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to Groww Plus, and also share it with your friends and your family. I am Richa, I am signing off. I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep smiling and keep hustling.